Hello everyone, today we're diving back into Battlebit Remastered, and I wanted to provide some loadouts and showcase the powerful AK15. The AK-15 is one of the earlier rifles you get to unlock in the game, and it is more powerful than the AK-74 you get to use at the start. However, the AK-15 has a lot of recoil, so let's go ahead and run through some attachments that will make life a little easier. Fortunately, a lot of the more helpful attachments can be unlocked early on, so it won't take that long. Before we break it down, if these loadouts help you out, please give this video a like, and if you want to see more videos more often, please consider subscribing, and snap that bell while you're at it. Let's go ahead and create a loadout for the AK-15 that would be an all-around build that works best in close range. And this would start with the early attachments. First things first, for the underbarrel attachment, we're going to run the vertical grip. This helps with the harsh vertical recoil this weapon has. Along with this, for the barrel itself, you can run the basic barrel, which will help to have better overall control with the weapon, or you can equip the compensator, which will help with both vertical and horizontal recoil. The magazine size of the AK-15 by default is 24 rounds, which isn't a whole lot to work with. So I do recommend using either of the extended mags once you have them unlocked. The larger 45 round mag can be unlocked earlier than the shorter 40 round mag and has less impact on your weapon's recoil. The only major downside comes from having a longer reload time. That takes care of your early attachments, so here's what I would recommend with all the other attachments available on the list. One of the other underbarrel grips that really stands out to me is the Hera CQR front, as it helps a lot with both vertical and horizontal recoil. Pair this up with the VAM-B 762 barrel, and it makes this weapon a lot easier to manage. For the barrels, the only other one I would recommend would be the tactical barrel. Either one seems to work well for me between those two. Let's not forget that the AK-15 deals a ton of damage, which works really well for some mid to long range fights as well. To get this working, you'll want to set the fire rate to single fire, and again, starting with the early attachments, you'll want to try out the stable grip for the underbarrel attachment, as this is the only underbarrel grip that helps with first shot recoil, and that will be very important if you're firing one shot at a time. For the barrel itself, you can keep running the basic or compensator attachment. Either one works really well for the setup. After that, just grab your favorite long range optic and either a canted or a top sight so you can fight at any range. Moving on to the rest of the attachments, from my experience, these are the barrels that are worth using for the long range build: basic, compensator, tactical, and the VAM-B 762. Just about any barrel attachment that reduces vertical recoil will work to some degree, but these four in particular have felt the best for me. And funny enough, the setup I prefer is the tactical barrel tied with the stable grip. It gives me less visual recoil and lets me stay on target from one shot to the next, a little easier than some other setups. I did have success with a few other combinations and using the last two barrels on the list, but I do feel more confident with the variety of attachments that I had listed. I also feel like it's not really worth mentioning the last few attachments you can unlock, unless they really make a big difference. And honestly, they weren't any better or worse than the other attachments. The other major downfall to this weapon, however, is that the suppressor adds a lot of recoil on both semi or full auto, so trying to include that in a build is going to be a bit difficult. It can be done, but just expect a lot more recoil than the other attachments I had listed. And that will be it for this breakdown of the AK-15. Have you tried using this weapon before, or did you skip it instantly when you first felt the recoil? Also remember, if anything from this video had helped you out, please give a like on this video and let me know in the comments below. Until then, I am Mr. Rain, and I will see you on the battlefield.
You rat.